I'm going to bring in some coffee tonight, and if she wants food along the way, I'll stop and grab her something on my way in. So that's kind of where we're at with that anyway. So she is eating, and the fact that she's not NPO yet is really good. That they're letting her eat and drink and do all of that stuff. That's a huge plus. Because if she was NPO, I would definitely be more worried than if she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Any questions, guys? Before I move on to whatever. Any questions? No, yes, maybe not sure. Of course I will, Brie. Of course. I'm only streaming for a little while tonight, Lynn. I'm probably not going to stream much past maybe 7 o'clock tonight. That'd be about it for me. What do I need from you guys? Just support, stream support, your support. That's what I need. So they've not even done the MRI yet, or are you just waiting on the read? I'm waiting on the MRI, Rick. They haven't even done it yet. Which tells me that if this was really emergent, they would have done it already. They did do a CAT scan, but we know a CAT scan is just an overinflated fucking X-ray. Let's be real. So they're waiting on a colored MRI to come through, with contrast and without, of not just her brain but her body, just to make sure that she's fully intact. So that's where we kind of sit from there. So I that's what I'd like to think, Rick. I'd like to think that if it was really, really important, that they would have rushed this already. You know what I mean? The fact that she's responding to steroids and the swelling is going down is good. And thank you, Jen, for the 500 bits. I appreciate that very, very much. What do you think they caused? I have no idea, Pink. I haven't got a clue. It hasn't even been talked about yet. We don't know what kind of mass it is. It's not very big. It's only 1.6 inches, roughly 4.1 centimeters, about half the size of my thumb, roughly. Okay. So I don't know what it is. I can tell you that it's about the same color as her brain mass, which is a good sign, not a bad sign. If it was any other color but something they almost didn't find, then I'd be more concerned. It's eye attenuating, which I believe means that it's running alongside, but very difficult to see. Not letting me update my payment method. I'll have to wait until I have money on my other card to resub. Sorry, Lexi. No, that's okay, Shay. I'm sorry you got to go through that, baby. I know it's a pain in the ass with the commercials and stuff. I do. So, I mean, look, guys, I'm not worried about the money this week. I'm not worried about hype trains. I'm not worried about any of it. The best way to help us right now is to just, do your thing, support the stream, do your thing, help out as much as you can, like we normally would, as if we had any other day. That's the only thing I can tell you guys. The streams for the next few days are not going to be normal. They're not going to be long, because honestly, I'd rather be sitting in the hospital with my wife, and it's not that I don't want to be here. I love all you guys, but it's my wife and she's in the hospital, and I would rather be sitting with her than I would without. The reason I'm here tonight is because, 1, I want to give you guys an update. 2, I need a distraction. And 3, I need her to get some fucking rest before I get back there, because she was exhausted when I left and nobody's let her sleep. So I'm hoping with the room move, she'll be able to get a little bit of fucking sleep. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm not going to go back and see her until about 8:30. And I'll probably spend till around midnight, 1 o'clock with her like I did yesterday. And then I'll make my way home. So that's where I'm at. And thank you, Caroline, for resubscribing with your Prime in your 8th month. I do appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Do we think the meds they gave her brought on more intense symptoms? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. I thought about that because, Monday we went to Indiana to pick up Dozer. You guys know that. I mean, we had really, a lot of great conversations, Sophia, she slept a little bit during the ride, which makes sense to me. I mean, we're on the road. The road makes people tired. I mean, even I can fall asleep, you know. And I never sleep anyway. I used to be able to sleep through a fucking hurricane, which I probably still could if I'm asleep, but getting asleep is not easy. Anyway, she stopped taking the meds Tuesday, you know, and she wasn't looking good on Wednesday. You guys know that. Thursday, she really looked like shit, you know. And then I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's funny because like when I talked to her going in, you know, we had a fairly normal conversation going into the doctor's office, but it's like we got in there and it just got worse. You know, I mean, so much so that they literally thought she had a fucking stroke or was stroking out at the very least. And that wasn't the case. She did not have a stroke. There's not even any signs of a fucking stroke, despite the fact that she had a little droopiness in her mouth, a little weak side on the right, you know, that type of thing. No stroke. And I think that's fantastic. And they did an echocardiogram today just to double check that, make sure there's no heart clogs, things like that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm super happy about that. And I'm even more happy that we were able to find some sort of resolve as to what's causing all this memory loss shit, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's funny because she's always said that she's had the genes for Alzheimer's, you know what I mean? And I says to her, I said, can you kind of not make it happen? You know, I mean, you keep talking about it, but let's not say you're going to get it. Just because you get the gene doesn't mean that you're going to get it. It just means you may or may not, that there's a possibility, you know? And so, you know, it's one of those things. I kind of gave her a hard time the other day. I'm like, I think you're wishing this shit on you. Now cut it out, you know? But of course we know that's not the case, you know, but I had to try to make some light of the situation, you know? It's been a hard couple of days. I'm not going to lie to any one of you. You know, I was a complete and utter mess yesterday. I had to pull over driving home last night because I was just such a fucking mess. If I didn't pull over, I was going to crash my car. You know, leaving my wife in the hospital overnight is not an easy task for me. Crystal and I have never really been apart as far as we're concerned. You know, I mean, okay, I went on a vacation once without her, but it wasn't even a vacation. It was a work week. And we were on the phone all fucking night together until we woke up the next day. You know, that's not something we're doing here. And I don't want to do it because they're constantly running tests, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I really, more importantly than anything, want her to get better and get her rest. You know, I just want her to get better. I want my wife back, you know. I do have video of how she acted or how she's acting, but I'm not going to play it until she's ready to show it, you know, just because it wouldn't be fair. So we're not going to do that yet, but I do have video of a conversation that we had where she just could not put the words out no matter what she tried. So I was able to decipher, thankfully, but it was still hard. And yeah, Bree, me too. I really do hope she gets some fucking rest because they're just not letting her fucking sleep. You know, it's fucking nuts. Everybody's on here. We're happy to be a distraction, but don't feel like you have to be here. Oh, listen, I don't feel like I have to be here at all. Incidentally enough, if I don't make a dime all weekend, it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna bitch over it. I'm not gonna whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, and I don't care about the money this weekend. It's not about that. You know, like I said, if you guys want to throw your bits down and stuff, that's completely up to you, and I'm grateful for it. But just know this week, I'm not giving anything for it because, well, I'm not going to give you guys enough time, and that's not fair to you. So just know that if you do put something down, it's because you want to. So, James says, we're here for both. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dakota, and thank you, Mogran, as well. Lex, I seen your package is almost to you. Please take it to the hospital. But Crystal, is there stuff for both of you? If you want later, then you can show on stream. I think what I might do, Mogran, I very well might wait until she comes home before I do it. I would rather open it here with her than there with her, if that's okay. We're on San Han, being Crystal's more important this time. Well, I mean, that's just it. It's not that it's more important. It's just, I want to be with my wife, you know. I can tell you guys yesterday that I don't think I ever felt more alone in my life than I ever did last night. And I mean every word of that. I don't think I ever felt more alone than I did last night. And that's a rough feeling. You know, I don't have any family here. I don't really have a whole lot of friends. I don't have time for it. And, you know, the friends I have seem to be more like fair weather friends, the ones that are local to me. You know, I do have some really good people I can lean on the phone, and friends that, you know, I have made here. And that's good. But I just wanted somebody yesterday to hold me, hug me, and say it'll be all right. You know, that's what I needed yesterday. So it's kind of tough not to have that. You know, for the first time in forever, I called my mother and I said, "Mom, I need you." You know, that's hard. So yeah, Amy, it's extremely scary. You know, extremely. I always say that, like, you know, my heart beats for her. You know, and it's actually true. You know, I'm alive because of her. And that's the truth. So it's kind of crazy. Anyway, Melissa, I'm glad you were able to get to see her last night. I was too. I mean, I'm going to go see her again tonight. I saw her first thing this morning. I showered. Amazingly, I showered. I needed a shower. I just felt, you know. So I showered this morning, and then I got up and I went and saw her. I brought her whatever she wanted along the way, and that's it. I'm kid heavy at the moment, which is fine. You know, kid's old enough to take care of herself, so I am kid heavy at the moment. I had the option to say no, but this is her home too, so she has a right to be here. They wouldn't leave Ron alone. I had to remind them that I was pointing POA, needed rest, and they backed up and let him sleep. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I knew that they were going to move her, and I told the charge nurse, I'm like, you guys need to let her get some fucking sleep. She needs it. Back off, you know? So, anyway. Welcome in, Loretta. It's good to see you, sweetie. I'm sorry I haven't called you. I've been just crazy busy. She's in the hospital because she has a mass on her head. It's causing her to not be able to talk right, more or less. We're working on it. She's responding well to the steroids. We're working on it. Jen said she seemed out the other day. I don't even know y'all. I'm a nurse. Didn't know how to let you know. Well, you could have just said something. I mean, that would have been fine. You know, she knows that she felt off the other day. She was having a hard time finding the words, but we assumed, the both of us assumed, that maybe she was having a reaction to some of the medicines that she was on, because Crystal doesn't take medicine. You know, she just doesn't take meds. And so for her to have a reaction really wouldn't fucking surprise me, because there's just so many fucking things that, you know, you can take and not even know that you have a bad reaction to until you do. So, you know, are you able to stay the night with the Crystal at the hospital? So I'd like to stay the night with her, Jason, and I can if I want to. But realistically, I want her to get some rest. I don't want to be there as a distraction for her. You know, I feel like I'll just get in the way. You know, I've considered it. I've seriously considered it, you know, but even last night, if I was there, she'd have stayed up all night and wanted to talk, you know, and I needed her to get some rest. And so it's the same thing today. I need her to get rest, and that's what she's there for. And if I want to spend the night with her, I can, and I'll ask her, you know, tonight, you know, do you want me to stay? If you want me to stay, I'll stay. If not, I won't. Excuse me. You know, and whatnot. She has the option. She knows it. And thank you, Lucy, for resubscribing with your Prime Sweetie on your 52nd month. I do appreciate that very, very much. Loretta says, I feel your pain. I know you do. Actually, I know exactly that you do. Bree says, I wanted to come through my phone so bad and hug it. Girl, I'm telling you, it was bad. It was just fucking bad. I appreciate that, Tammy. I do. It sounds silly, but I know it works. Take your arm, give yourself big hugs. Yeah, I don't think hugging me is gonna help, Mogran. I needed somebody with me last night. You know, hugging myself wasn't gonna work. You know, I literally slept sitting up against the wall last night. I slept for a couple of hours. It wasn't many, but it was a couple. And I leaned up against the wall on my bed, and I just kind of put my head on her pillow on the wall and just kind of hugged it all night. And that's how I woke up. You know, I fell asleep crying. I woke up crying. Pretty simple. You know? Sophia says, we get you need to be with Crystal. I can't imagine how it is to feel alone. That's just it, you know. I'll tell you, I'd never really feel alone, you know, like ever. Because I mean, Crystal's always here, you know, there's always somebody around, whatever the case is, but the fucking silence last night. I mean, I was sitting in my room and I didn't turn the TV on or anything. And I had sat down, I had fed the pups, you know, and I just kind of sat down in the bed and it was just quiet, too fucking quiet, you know. I couldn't look over and talk to my wife. I couldn't, you know, the things I normally do at nighttime, you know. I'm able to talk to Crystal and, you know. And so, yeah, I felt really alone last night. I just wanted somebody to hug me. That's all I wanted yesterday. It's all I still fucking want, but I'm not going to get it, so it doesn't matter at this point, you know. But, God, I can't believe how alone I fucking feel. You know, I mean, I know I got you guys, and I just wish that all of you were in front of me, you know, big group hug or whatnot. That's kind of what I really need right now, and just it's not helping. And I know, Caroline, I think it'll be okay too. I'm confident it's gonna be okay. My nose is raw from crying. It hurts, especially like right here from crying. Wiping my nose all night, you know. So I appreciate that, Loretta. I do. You know, I haven't been able to reach out. My phone's been blowing up like crazy with just, you know, the family members that I do talk to, and you know, some friends have reached out. It's too much. It's just, God, I just don't stop. I'm always on my phone, you know. It's craziness. Last night I put my phone down. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back and answer text in about like an hour. I need a break, you know. So I took the break. I know you don't really know me, but I do live in South Carolina too. Here if you need me. I appreciate that, Caroline. I do. Lord, I said not having your spouse next to you at night sucks. It's a special club that just sucks no matter what. You're right. You're right. It sucks no matter what. Welcome in, Crystal. You know, Miss April, let me apologize for yesterday. I know that you threw down 10,000 bits yesterday, and I know I wasn't super excited. I was having a real rough evening, and my apologies to you. I am really grateful for that. I just want you to know that. I really felt bad after I shut the stream down because normally I'm upbeat and I'm, you know, energetic and really show, you know, that I'm grateful for everything. And I just don't feel like you got the proper respect yesterday, and I really am sorry for that. I am. But know that I am thinking about you, and I do appreciate it. I do. Welcome in, Kristen. Is Kristen not okay? Well, I mean, she's as okay as she can be, Tracy. You know, she's in the hospital, so I mean, she's okay as she can be. That's all I can say, you know. Rick says, I wanted to message more, but I decided not to, as you can only imagine how much your phone is blowing up. Just, I'm thinking you guys. Well, feel free to reach out if you need to, Rick. I mean that. It's okay. You can reach out. I do answer back. It takes me some time. It takes me a lot of time, you know, because there's so many. I've got Crystal's kids messaging me. I've got my mom. I got my kids messaging me. I've got her ex-husband messaging me, you know, as well as my friends and that too. So there's a lot going on right now. So just bear with me. And Tracy, it's okay that you asked, sweetheart. I haven't had a moment to elaborate. Crystal's in a hospital. She's got a mass in her brain. It's not very big. It's about 1.5 inches or so. It's causing her to have some speech problems. She did not have a stroke, thankfully. And so that's what I'm dealing with right now. We don't think it's cancerous. I'm aiming more towards an infection, something that's not really going to be that bad. I'm keeping my thoughts positive on this because Crystal says she feels okay. She doesn't feel sick. She just feels confused, you know? So I'm taking the line of this is going to be okay. And we're going to figure it out, and we're going to walk away from this. I know this. This is not what's going to be the end of Crystal and I. Not even close. Ms. Abrams said, I don't have much money to do that, but often felt like good at the right time. I am grateful. Please understand that. I am. So thank you, Miss April, truly. And thank you, Kristen, for the 25 stream streak, and Rachel for the 150 stream streak. I appreciate that. What's the plan? Surgery program to ship transport somewhere else. There is no plan yet. I'm still waiting on the MRI, Mindy. If it was that important and if it was that emergent, they would have done it already. So I know whatever it is, it's not crazy, super important, but they're going to do it because they need to figure out what it is and find a plan of attack, if you will. But she is responding well to steroids and anti-seizure meds. And so as of right this moment, there is no plan. Just wait it out till the MRI and stuff is done. And then, and only then, will the neuro team take a look at it and decide what they want to do with it. Whether they want to biopsy, whether they want to remove it, whether they want to do this, that, or whatever. But, there's a lot of stuff that comes on with that decision. Do something wrong, Crystal will never speak again. Do something wrong, Crystal will never speak straight again. There's a lot of conversations that Crystal and I are going to have before any decisions are made. Sassy Girl, welcome in. Good to see you. 6. I was thinking of you, by the way. I was hoping that you didn't lose your streak. I was thinking of you. I didn't get a chance to message you, and I apologize for that. I just been very busy. I'm sure you understand. Thought the same. I didn't want to message because it maybe felt overwhelmed, but I'm so terribly sorry that you're both going through this. Crystal's been in my thoughts, and I know she'll be okay. I think you're right. I think she'll be okay. And I appreciate that, 6. I do. I was wondering why you hadn't reached out, so I do appreciate that. Mary, welcome in. That's why she had those headaches. Well, that's not why she had the headaches. We can't confirm that, That's more of an assumption than anything, we can speculate all we want about that, I kind of leaned about the same direction, but there's no proof of that. There's no definitive anything that it says it. Maybe that was her warning signs. I don't know, but I certainly don't want her to get on the kick of every time she gets a headache, she get a brain mass. You know what I mean? So we don't want to assume that. I don't know that to be true. Now, I did ask her on numerous occasions to talk to her doctor because she kept getting headaches. And I said, you need to talk to your doctor and we need to get this checked and figured out and whatever the case is. Now, whether or not that was cause of that, whatever, I don't know, and we'll probably never know. And at this point, it doesn't matter. We just have to figure it out. And we will. But I can't assume that's what caused her headaches. I can only speculate. I consider the same thing myself, but until I know, I'm not even going to speculate. I got way too much on my plate to worry about that too right now, Pamela, welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome. So, 6, I was thinking the other day that, had you, I really didn't want you to lose your streak, girly. Like, I was thinking about that because I went live yesterday at an odd time. I didn't see you here. I wasn't sure if you made it in, didn't make it in, whatever the case was. And I was thinking about your streak. I know the other 2 or 3 that have really long streaks, like Rachel and Mystic and things like that, had kept theirs. I wasn't sure if you had kept yours. That's all. But I do think of you. I do think of you. Beyond this, of course. Tumor on my brain has been being monitored with my weight loss, neurosurgeon, hopefully a tumor just appears on. There you go. I hope it does for you, girly. I do appreciate you taking the time to answer my text. It's really, guys, it's my pleasure. It really is. Anybody that reaches out to me, I will reach out to you. You just got to give me the time to get back to you. I don't always have that, or sometimes I'm sitting with Crystal and I don't want to be on my phone. I only picked up TikTok for 20 minutes today, which is really, and that was just why I sat there and woke up this morning for a few minutes, I had actually woke up and I texted Crystal, good morning, my love, blah, 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 my whatever. And she called me. Of course, I was half awake when she called, but she called me nonetheless. And I talked to her for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can talk to you, baby. This is fucking amazing. Like, wow, and so I was really happy to hear her this morning and have a normal conversation with her. And so, that kind of got me up pretty quick because it made me happy to hear from her. Even that early in the morning, I didn't care. I think she's the only woman that can disturb me out of my leave me the fuck alone for the first hour and let me wake up phase. I think she's the only fucking woman I would ever allow to fucking do that to me. Normally I'm like, I'll call you back, and I just hit off I go, but not for her. I have patience. You have a lot on your plate. I understand. I appreciate that. Been thinking about Crystal all day today. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that too. 6 says, ha ha ha. You're so funny. I still have it as far as I know, but yes, I'm really sorry for not messaging yesterday for real. It's okay. Really, it's I know why you didn't. It's okay, 6. I was just torn as to whether or not I give you space for the day or text right away. I knew you were bombarded on your phone, so I waited. Bombarded is an understatement, I assure you. But yeah, it would have been okay either way. But I do appreciate it. Yeah, bombarded is definitely an understatement. More like blown the fuck up. I really hate how you were treated on TikTok. I don't like how I'm treated on TikTok either. Have you noticed I haven't been on TikTok today or yesterday? I think, or the day before. Come to think of it, I'm not sure the last day I did TikTok, to be honest with you. And I'm not doing TikTok this week because I don't need the aggravation. I just don't. Not this week. I'm not in the mood to try to put up with it. I don't usually show up on TikTok unless I'm in a mood, and that's usually in a good mood. And I think that if I went on TikTok this week, it would be bad for everybody, including myself. So probably just better I stay off of that. There'd be no TikTok live. But when I say I meant 20 minutes, I meant I like doom scrolled for 20 minutes. And honestly, I'm not really sure that I remember what the fuck I even watched this morning. So that's how not my brain gave a fuck, And no, Lucy, you don't have to be sorry for anything. I'm more than happy to answer your messages as well, sweetie. Your family. It's okay. I can imagine lots of people who care, and that's not a bad thing. No, it's really not, 6. It's not. It's nice to know that people care. It's nice to know that people give a shit. I certainly appreciate all the texts that I've gotten from everybody, no matter who it's been. So it really is nice to know that people actually do give a shit. That's good. I mean, I like that. I just wish that one of you all was here. I just wish there was somebody here for me. This is a lot of weight on my shoulders, and Crystal is generally overall healthy. She's never really had anything that's been an issue for her. I mean, this is the way she introduces herself to medical care. I mean, she fucking barely had so much as a runny fucking nose, never been in the hospital, never had a fucking surgery, never had this, that, whatever, right? This is the way she wants to introduce into a fucking medical career for her? Like, come on, girl. I guess when she goes, she really fucking goes in. Last night I had more chest pain than I could possibly fucking deal with. My mother says to me, Lexi, don't have a heart attack. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can prevent it from happening if it does. So, if I drop dead, at least I'll be in the hospital when I do it. That was the best feature of that. I still have just as much chest pain today. It hasn't changed. It's still, but I don't care. I'll deal with it. I'll fucking deal with it. Worst things in life right now. My parents to come definitely change. That's fine, Tammy. I appreciate that. It's okay for me to text you. I mean, you can just know that I may or may not get back to you in a very timely manner. I do have a lot of people texting me already. Bree says she goes, "A love makes me want to book a flight to hug you." I appreciate that. I do. Believe me, I could use it. Crystal, go big or go home. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Go big or fucking go home. Because like I said, the girl has never been to an emergency room in 6.5 years we've been together, ever. I'm the only one that ever ended up in an emergency room, and once, twice, actually both because of her. Both because of her. The first time I went to the emergency room with her was because I got slammed with a fucking log in the arm, and I refused to go, and she kind of didn't stop bitching until I did. So, and then the second time, she broke a needle off inside my skin after she gave me my hormone injection. So there was that. Those are the only 2 times I've ever been in an emergency room. Both were because of her. So I don't go unless I'm dying either. I need to be in a lot of pain to go to an emergency room. I need to be in more pain than I can possibly ever fucking stomach. So, even with my hip is fucking killing me right now. Fucking hurts. And I don't care. It's not important. I'll deal with it later. She is my number one priority. Don't have a heart attack, one day at a time, deep breath, step by step, it'll be okay. That's kind of where I'm at with it, Six, I'm just trying to calm down as much as I can, and stay as calm as I can, because I am worried about that. I'll tell you, I have my nitro on standby, just in case, because I'm that scared of it happening. So I do have my nitro on standby, just in case. Never know. It's just, this is a lot of stress. I'm not used to this kind of stress. That's why I did the distraction tonight, to try to just pull me away from this fucking stress that I'm having, because there was just so fucking much. It's more than I thought I'd ever have to deal with. I'm not built to deal with this type of shit. I'm just not anymore. I'm just not built for it. But I got the most aggravating pain right here, and it hurts so fucking bad. But I'm dealing with it. I don't care. I told you I'm not important. Not right now. I don't care. I'm available anytime for anyone. I appreciate that, Rachel. Yeah, you don't need to have a heart attack. Yeah, I don't need to have one. I'm not trying to get one either. I'm just trying to keep that from happening. I can't help what my body does and how I react. I wish I could. I'm more concerned with her than I am with me. I don't like the situation I'm in, because I don't have any control. I have to trust everybody else. I have to depend on others. And that's really hard for me to do, because I'm depending on people that don't give a shit one way or the other, but I care. And that's hard for me. I know doctors are good people. I get that. But I don't trust doctors. I don't trust them to do a good job. Not here in this country anyway. I feel like they just don't give a fuck one way or the other what happens. But I do. And so I don't like having to rely on other people. I can't fix this. I can't fix her. I can't make it stop. I can't take it away from her. And I wish that I could. And I think that's a big part of my problem right now. Not texting you because I don't care. Instead, because I figured enough people. I get it, Mogren. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. It is. Exactly. You're not help Crystal if you're laid upside behind in a hospital. LO, don't do it. Again, it's not something I can control. But I'm doing my damnedest to make sure I don't. Just as stubborn, Crystal, in terms of going to a hospital. Yeah, I am. She is. Many of you probably in here are. I'm the type that I had a heart attack and didn't go to the emergency room. It got called for me. So that I'm that stubborn. The only reason I went because the needle broke off my skin was because I need to find the fucking needle. I mean, God forbid that thing got in a fucking blood vessel and shot into my heart, you know? That was important. But like, you know, I'll tell you a story. So a couple years ago, well, not a couple years ago now, when I first met Crystal, the first year I met her, the kids were here. It's back when they were really young, but the kids were here. All the youngins under 18, and you know, Krista was doing her thing, and I was busy, and you know, I had like the most immense chest pain that I could ever fucking describe to you. Kind of like what I'm having these days, but you know, it was the chest pain was bad. But when Crystal came in, I just put a face on, you know, like a normal, hey, I'm doing okay, you know, whatever. I'm just watching TV, blah, 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 you know. But then as soon as she turned her back and walked out the door, I just dropped to my fucking knees, you know, because I thought I was having a goddamn heart attack back then. I'm now worried. I'm very stubborn. I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I hate inconveniencing people. I always figure there's somebody out there that's got it worse. You know what I mean? So I don't need to worry about me. Somebody else needs it before I do. And so, yeah, I'm stubborn, and so is she. We're just as stubborn, and maybe that's why we get along so well, because we're just both that pig-headed that we just won't, you know. She didn't even want to go to the emergency room when the doctors looked at her and said, "Hey, you need to go across the street." I mean, she didn't really even want to do that. But I'm like, nah, you're going. That's it. You're going. Doctors give you a test. They feel like you're having something going on. You're going. So I appreciate that, Amy. And no, you back. It's not my gallbladder. I know the weight of an elephant when I feel one on my chest. Trust me. I just got here. I didn't know you'd be on. I was worried about you two yesterday. Well, I was here yesterday. I was actually only here for an hour yesterday, Emily. Maybe it was just under it. Maybe it was just under an hour. You know, might have been just under an hour. But I was here yesterday. I think between what was it? Maybe 6 and 7 guys, something like that. It was between 6 and 7 yesterday. Just like we're early tonight. I was early last night too. So I mean, it is what it is. Tiff said I had massive chest pain under my ribs when my gallbladder was playing up. Yeah, this isn't under my ribs. It's, well, I mean, I guess technically it would be, but pain I'm having is like right here, like right here, you know. And I feel like I got a fucking car on my chest. So I mean, I'll be fine. I'm not stubborn at all. I'll try to be more like me. Oh, you're stubborn. Don't give me that shit. When was the last time you went to the emergency room? And what did you go for exactly? Just out of curiosity, 6. Just anytime 6, anytime today. Because I know you're just as stubborn as I am. No, Rachel, you're right. It's not good. But it is what it is, and I'll be okay. I promise you guys, I will be fine. I survived last night. I'll survive this night. I didn't catch you. My phone was almost dead. We lost power in a storm. I was thinking you'd be on later. Nevertheless, phone was almost dead. Crystal's in the hospital. Yes, Crystal's in the hospital. That is correct. Yeah. So don't you dare call me out like that. Yeah. You see my fucking point though, 6? You see my point? You fucked your back up. You didn't go. You got wicked sick. You didn't go. You know? Don't tell me you're not stubborn as I am, bitch, because I know you are. I know you are. You know, and no, it's not good, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. My main focus is my wife. That's it. I don't give a shit about me right now. I care about her. That's it. That's all I care about, guys. You have to understand, and I'm sure most of you do, you know, I care about her. I don't care about me. I will survive. I always do. I always will. I care about her more than I do me right now. You guys had to force me to get it looked at. Well, it's because you cracked your skull. You know, if I crack my skull, I'm going to be honest with you, Rachel. I'm probably going to go to the emergency room. It might be a smart move for me to make. You know, when you go cracking your fucking skull, girlfriend, you know, you risk coma, you risk concussion, and any one of those things You know, you go to sleep and don't know you have a fucking concussion, and then before you fucking know it, guess what? You don't wake up. Why didn't you wake up? Oh, because you fell into a coma because you had a concussion and you went to sleep. So yeah, you're right. I gave you a hard fucking time about it. And so did everybody else. It was for your own goddamn good. Trust me, if I cracked my head like that, I'd have gone too. What's wrong with Crystal? She is in the hospital. Welcome in, Rochelle. Good to see you. I'll take my kids for anything but never me. That's how I am. You know, you guys know, those of you in Inner Circle know that why I've taken kids to the emergency room over me. You know? Wow, I gotta hold my fucking mouth. That's totally fucking awesome. You guys see that? Look. I do know that my wife is in a good mood, though, and I'll tell you why. Because when I bent over to give her a kiss this afternoon on my way out, you know, she grabbed my tit and she went, honk, honk. So I know that she's in good spirits, you know. I guess I know her brain is too, for that matter. But, you know, that's a good thing. You know, I thought it was funny. I'm like, wow, you're a fucking smartass, aren't you? You know, I'm like, don't you get me going, because there ain't shit that I can do about it right here. So don't you even fucking start, you know? Don't want to play that game. Sophia goes, I was just thinking 6 is stubborn too before you said it. Oh, I'm not sure there's a word for it. I'm not even sure, Sophia, that stubborn covers it. Like, for real, maybe bullheaded is a better way to put it for you know, 6, because I'm the same way. And so is Rochelle. You know, Rochelle's dealing with this god-awful fucking back pain. And rather than see her doctor, she's like, oh, I see her in the beginning of September. It'll be okay. There's another stubborn bitch. Like, for real. You guys remind me of me. All of you. Crystal's the same way. I'll tell you what. The only reason that Crystal went to see the doctor about her back is because she couldn't fucking stand up. You know? And then, of course, you know, I mean, I was sick as a fucking dog, but I would have taken her, but she fucking took a seat on the fucking sidewalk because she just wasn't walking anymore. And they had to come out and fucking get her. So if that tells you fucking anything about her fucking stubbornness, you know? Chris is in the hospital because she has a mass in her head. She's got a mass in her brain about half the size of my thumb. 6 says, tell Chris I'll be patient with her responding to my HR emails. I'll wait. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure hard-headed covers it either. I think pig-headed, bull-headed, any one of those is pretty good. You can be hard-headed, sure, but I think bull-headed is really hard. So, you know, that's like a super hard head. You know? You ever fucking knock on a fucking cow's head? Shit's fucking hard. I mean, the bone's like that fucking thick, you know? Ain't no joke. Honk, honk, love that. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, I literally leaned over, and the first thing she thinks about is honk, honk, honks my tit. Like, what? Like, damn, girl, don't you get me going. That is not fucking cool, you know? Did they say what they were thinking could be? You mentioned mini stroke. I did not mention mini stroke. Actually, the words mini stroke never came out of my mouth. I did say stroke. But that being said, she did not have a stroke, which is great. But she does have a small mass in her brain that's pushing down on her voice center. It's messing with her. And yes, I'm chain smoking. So all my trolls, fuck you. I don't care. Anyway. I have actually knocked on many cow heads definitely hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, girl. Like, for reals. I mean, when I was in Arizona, I used to have one of those cow heads on my wall with the bull horns, you know? Just tacky shit, right? But I had one nonetheless. I fucking had one. Ropes around the fucking base of the fucking, anyway, long story short, you fucking go to pick that thing up. That thing's heavy fucking duty, you know? You knocking that shit's like, that ain't breaking, you know? So yeah, hard fucking heads. You mentioned mini stroke day before the dog's plan is why I asked. Well, somebody else mentioned it, and I was reading something that they had mentioned. But I didn't physically mention it. Just I think somebody had said maybe she's having mini strokes or whatever, and I was reading the comment, Emily, but same difference. No, I agree. But yeah, no, she didn't have a stroke, which is really, really great. You're chain smoking too? I don't blame you, girly. Your grandparents had one of those? Yeah, I mean, I had one. I mean, it was tacky. I bought it for $10 at a flea market. I put it on my wall. That thing went everywhere with me, you know? It was a fun little conversation piece because it was tacky and cheesy and just a good conversation piece, you know? Whatever. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot of walking. I mean, there's that, you know? I'm not really eating, so there's that too. I'm going to lose some weight this weekend. No doubt. If I haven't already, I'm going to. You know, I tried to eat last night. I bought a 20-piece nugget and I ate 3. Yeah. At a 20-piece nugget, I ate 3. Fucking 3. That was dinner, folks. I'm just not hungry. I can't will myself to eat. I've tried. I just can't do it. You know? Just can't eat. Can't bring myself to do it right now. Drinking is about all I'm going to do. So, silver linings. The silver linings is, I mean, she's happy. She grabbed my tit. That's a silver lining, right? She feels okay herself. She says that she's feeling okay and that she knows it'll be okay and she doesn't feel sick. Silver lining, the steroids are working. You know, she can have a decent, normal conversation. You know, shit like that. That's all. That's the silver lining. And the other silver lining, you're right. I'm going to lose some weight this week. Silver lining. What's going on? Please, small update, Mr. Nose. Just Crystal's responding well to the steroids, waiting on an MRI. Just same news. Same news, Tracy. That's it. I don't have anything more than that. Same news as yesterday. Same here. The food tonight for patients made me nauseous. Well, I mean, they gave her like chicken, beans, potatoes, some shit for lunch. She didn't eat it. She tried the chicken. She hated it. But I technically don't blame her because when they delivered her lunch was just after she left to get her echo done. And she was gone for about an hour. And so by the time she got back, the chicken was probably dry. It was probably tasted like shit. Would have needed 10 pounds of barbecue sauce, which Crystal doesn't eat. The potatoes were probably hard as a rock, and the beans probably were fucking ice cold. So I can't really say I fucking blame her for not eating it. She ate a little bit, and that was it. The Italian ice had completely melted into a fucking liquid. So, yeah, done deal. Anyway. You know? Excellent. That's great news. Yeah, that's what I say, 2-6, you know? Get you a protein shake if you can eat, please. I'll try to, girly. I'll try to. I'm not feeling food right now. I'm just not in the mood for it. You know? King Crew, thanks for the 65 stream streak. I appreciate that and welcome in. It's good to see you. I was hungry too. My son got up raising hell through my vanilla Coke across the kitchen. I was making barbecue chicken macaroni salad. Barbecue chicken macaroni salad. Can you tell me how that works? I got to know the recipe, girly. Is it the chickens, the barbecued, and then you mix that in with the salad already? Is that it? Or you, like, I'm a little confused here. Anyway, baked beans I do like. Guess what? It's all refrigerant uncooked because I don't give a fuck. You can clean that fuck up mess too. Fucking right, Pam. You fucking tell him. 6 says, bring that girl some decent food and go back tonight. I'm going to. I'm going to bring her something she'll actually fucking eat. Don't worry, it's on my list. Before I go, I'm going to call her and say, hey, do you need anything? You know? Do you want anything? Not sure what I'd get her, to be honest. Son's here every night when I leave a bus and a positive vibe. Okay, no worries, Jen. No worries. Hospital food sucks anyway, says Loretta. Yeah, you know, I can't imagine it's very fucking good. She did eat the fruit, though. I will give her that. She did eat the fruit. Just gross, you know? I think she meant barbecue chicken macaroni salad. Well, I don't know. I just making sure. She just the whole barbecue chicken macaroni salad. I'm thinking that's not a good mix. Damn it, folks. This is why grammar and commas are fucking important. This is why a comma could never be more important than it just was. Emily says, I think the comma is missing out. Chicken's all as if my brain's even working enough tonight to decipher any of that. You know, my brain is not working enough to decipher any of that tonight. I'm so sorry, guys. It's just not. Grammar matters today, folks. I just don't have the brain to decode it. I'm sorry. Not right now. Not right now. I don't know if I got more tears in my fucking skull or if I've got fucking shit running around in there. I just don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm on autopilot. You know? The hospital can't really fuck up fruit, says Loretta. I don't know, baby. It is a hospital after all. You know, it's funny. When it's something funny. When you go to the emergency room in this place, they have to search your bags and all that crap, right? You go through a metal detector to get through the fucking emergency room, as if, right? So you got to go through a metal detector to get in the emergency room. But you can walk right in the front door with a purse, just get a pass, and off you go. How does that make any fucking sense? God damn it. How does that make any sense? I don't know. You know, like I said, got you. Speak and spell, don't do all that stuff. Yeah, I feel you, Pam. It's all good, girlie. Don't worry. It's all good. My brain's just putting shit together tonight that it doesn't need to be putting together because my brain's fucking fried. Hospital kitchen can mess up fruit. I would think so. Give me the core or something. You know, think give me pineapple. I could have the core. Yeah, you can fuck it up. Only good thing in the hospital is the Jello. Yeah, they didn't even give her Jello. They gave her Italian fucking ice, which melted anyway. You know? She may come home a quitter. I joke around and call myself a quitter because I quit smoking last September. Listen, if she is able to quit smoking after 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, whatever it is, she's in the hospital, Emily, more fucking power to her. You know? I'm not going to get mad if she quit smoking. Why the fuck would I? Good for her. She hasn't asked me for a cigarette. She hasn't asked me for a nicotine patch, but honestly, I don't think her brain's functioning right to even want one. So, you know? If she quits, good for her. If she picks up a pack of cigarettes when we get out, that's up to her. I'm not going to argue with her. Wow, that's wild. Make the patient go through a metal detector and not a visitor. Both. Well, I guess technically we have both in emergency room, but yeah, that's wild, right? So in the emergency room, like I said, everybody goes through a metal detector. You got to turn on your keys, and they go through your purse, whatever, right? I got to the point, the night that I kept going in and out for Crystal, I got to the point where I was down to my phone, my key fob, my glasses, phone, key fob, glasses, and that was it. I left my purse in the car. I locked up everything else. I just took my glasses, my phone, and my key fob because I get so tired of going through the fucking metal detector with it every time. You know, now I don't have any firearms on me because the hospital grounds doesn't allow it. So I don't have any with me or on my person or in my car for that matter. It is home in the safe, which is perfectly fucking fine. It can stay there. You know, I'm going to a hospital, not a shooting range. You know? So, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Hell no. If I were Crystal, I'd be popping in a hospital bathroom for a drag. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. I've never been searched or gone through a metal detector hospital. Well, you got to do that to go to the emergency room. But like I said, you walk in the fucking the visitor's entrance. You just walk in. You just fucking walk in. Get your fucking pass. You know, you hand them your license. They take the info. They put it on your fucking pass, and off you go. I had my purse and everything with me. Nobody searched it. I thought that was really weird. Like I said, I didn't have anything in there anyway. I kind of stripped it all down. I didn't even have my knife with me. Like I left everything. I went through my purse. I left my Kubaton at home. I left my knife at home. I left my fucking my monkey's fist at home. You know, I left my brass knuckles at home. My maces at home. My firearms at home. I just took it all out of my purse, you know? And that was that. So, yeah, I just, fuck it. I don't really have brass knuckles. I was just being a smart ass. But I do have a Kubaton, and I did leave it at home. And a monkey's fist. It's on my keychain, but I took that off, too. Shay says, I'm really sorry you're going through such a hard time. Being away from your loved one while they're in the hospital is rough. Oh, it is, yeah. It is. When my husband was in the hospital, when he went blind, I was a wreck. Not knowing is the worst. It is. It is. Not knowing what is going on with her, like what the actual issue is the part that's making me the saddest. Because I don't want it to be something detrimental that I just can't handle right now. And yes, Virginia, it's crazy they make you do that. I'm back. He was here just quickly. Okay, welcome back. Six says, yeah, we don't have that. Certain wards are locked, critical care, maternity, but no search. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense to me, Six, you know? Always bring the brass knuckles. No, I left that shit home. Left that shit at home, girly. You know? Like I said, you guys know what a Kubaton is, right? Everybody knows what a Kubaton is? I would hope so. If you don't, look it up. It's a little weapon's about 7 inches long. It's a nice little tool when you need it, if you know how to use it. But I mean, just everything I left at home because I just didn't want them stopping me at all. I didn't have time to be stopped. And like I said, by the time I got down to it, I was down to my phone, my glasses, my fucking key fob. I think I had a marker on me too at the time. But you know, it's like shit, man. You have one, a Kubaton? You got a Kubaton too? You back? Yeah, so you guys know what they are. And as long as you know how to use it, right? I would assume if you have one, you know how to use it. So it's just one of those things, you know? It sits on the side of my purse. I took it out, you know? Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Liz, for the 5 months at a tier 1 and your 42nd month. I do appreciate that. And thank you for being here and everything that you do. So thank you. Remember a while back, Chris was having headaches. You think those are from the mess? You know, I'll tell you. Oh, excuse me. The fucking that goddamn medicine. I'll tell you, King Crew. You know, Rachel mentioned the same thing a little while ago, and I kind of had a sneaky suspicion myself, but I can't confirm that, and neither can she, for that matter, because we don't know if one had something to do with the other. You know, I mean, it very well could have, but I don't know. You know, if they get this mass down and she doesn't have any headaches, or if they remove it and she doesn't have any headaches after that, then we know that was the primary cause of her headaches. If she does still get headaches, then we know that wasn't it. I don't know. I was tough when my sister had a stroke. I can't even imagine, Celtic Mary. I can't, you know. I'm sure it was. I was afraid that Kathy was, you know, Kathy, Jesus, that's how fucking brain fried. Kathy's my second wife. Well, ex-wife. Anyway, you know, that Crystal, like, I was confused that, you know, at 53, she'd be having a fucking stroke. I'm like, 53? She's fucking 53. My concern was maybe, you know, you guys know that she's on estrogen and progesterone. You guys know that. I was concerned that maybe the estrogen and progesterone had caused like a blood clot that caused her to stroke. That was my initial thought, you know, when I started going down the stroke road, obviously. That was my initial thought. Maybe it was caused from her estrogen and progesterone because she's a smoker, you know, but that wasn't the case. You know, it's not a blood clot. There's no, you know, no ischemic evidence, no whatever the other one is. You know, she's been having headaches, Liz, for a few years. You know, and when she gets them, it's like nothing takes it away. Tylenol, Motrin, nothing seems to work except she just needs to sleep. It's not a migraine. It's just a really rough headache, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, to assume, well, we know what assuming does. Makes an ass out of you and me. And of course, I'm not going to assume. I'm just going to say maybe that's part of the contribution. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I had considered it. I had, you know, thought, well, maybe that was contributing to her headaches too. And maybe I can knock 2 birds with 1 stone by solving this entire problem. You know, that would be like way cool. Anyway, I got little Dozer out here, and I got little Princess out here. You know, always fun. Loretta says you can rot a stroke if she can smile. It's a definite sign. Oh, she can smile. She can smile. And as a matter of fact, her face is working today, which is great because yesterday when she smiled, she was kind of, you guys know how I half smile, right? Yeah, well, she was really droopy. You know, she was kind of really droopy, you know, but that's because the mass is on the right side of her brain, causing her left side not to work right. Makes sense, right? Because it's always crisscross on the brain. And so, yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. But, you know, I thought I had like a crooked smile. No. She had a really crooked smile yesterday. You know, it's just the way it goes, I guess. So what can you do? I certainly want answers really soon, Keen. I'll tell you. I can't even begin to tell you how much I want answers. There's no words to describe how much I want answers, and I want good news, not shit news. You know, I mean, no matter what the outcome is, we will fight whatever this is. If it ends up being bad, then we'll fight it either way. You know, that's it. We'll fight it either way. So, yeah, the waiting is definitely the hard part, no doubt. And it sucks. I hate I hate the not knowing part. You know, that part has me just fucked. You know, I don't like the waiting game. And I'm really hoping that she's getting some fucking rest right now and getting some damn sleep. You know, I did send her a message letting her know I'd be on Twitch if she wanted to watch, but I also told her I would much rather you fucking go to sleep. So I really hope that she sleeps. I can tell you that she is not making any medical decisions for herself. That is my job as her spouse. One of the nurses got lit today too. Like really lit. Like she was upset because on one of her notes that she had read, they referred to me as her partner. I'm not her fucking partner. I'm her fucking wife. And Krista wanted it changed immediately. So that should tell you something. You know? I really hope we get answers soon. Me too, Jen. Amanda says, well, it makes you feel slightly better. I'm naked about to sit in the tub. Well, appreciate the visual. It works. Put a smile on my face. What else is new? Somebody's getting naked on the fucking stream. Seems fucking pretty usual around here. You know? If it isn't you, it's Six. If it isn't Six, it's Kristen. If it isn't Kristen, it's fucking Kylie. There's always somebody getting naked around here. I don't know what's up with that. You know? Somebody's always getting fucking naked. I'll take it. Funniest thing, though, like I said, you know, I leaned over and she grabbed my boob and go, honk, honk. I'm like, oh, that's funny. That's cute. But don't you dare get me going right now. You know, all these people walking in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like, oh, my God, you know? Anyway, that's the bright side. Maybe I'll go back and do the same thing to her. Take her Tracy's dog over there. I get a brain in check. Oh, my God. Just saying. Tracy's dog will fix everything. You know? Everybody needs to grab a boob and say hung hung for Krista, right? She has her humor. She does have her humor, yeah. So, I mean, you know, she's there, and at least that, I like the humor. I'll take it. I needed it. You know, she laughed. She got a good laugh out of it. I thought it was cute. I'm like, thanks, baby. Thanks for trying to rile me up in a hospital. It's not the sexiest place out there. You know? Can't imagine it's the most romantic place to be. You know? A little bit of vodka. Some fucking Italian ice. Tracy's dog is a damn dog, Loretta. No, it's not a fucking dog, Loretta. Well, I mean, kinda. It's a Tracy's dog, just not that Tracy's dog. Oh, my. Yeah, I guess that's a little confusing now, right? Because I got Tracy's, you know, dog that I got from her. Right. And then, of course, Tracy's dog. I can see the confusion, Loretta. I really can. I mean, let's be real. I can see it. Imagine your surprise. Yeah. Girl, I keep telling you, if you ain't got one, you're missing out. That's all I'm saying. Girl's best friend. I'd like to think so anyway. Well, it's one of my best friends, okay? So there's that. Not that it's getting much use lately. I'm too old. Oh, stop that. Don't even fucking start with that shit, girl. Don't even. I'm be fucking 90 and still fucking being with my wife. Don't give that I'm fucking too old shit. Stop it. Ugh. If you're too old, I'm fucking screwed. You know? I'll tell you, Crystal promised me she'd live to be 100. So, bitch owes me 47 years. She ain't going to die yet. She owes me time. She's going to collect. If I have to prop her ass up on a stand, she is going to fucking pay the 47 years. Hey, Steph, welcome in. It's definitely not a happy Saturday, but either way, welcome in. My husband bought me a Trace dog after I heard you mention on TikTok. I sent him that funny review, but he's a regional truck driver. Yeah? And did you get one? And what do you think? I want my background to come back. I'm itching to go in. LOL, right? I know, girlie. You're going to get it. You'll see. I mean, what's the worst thing your background says? Hung out in your RV for a few years. That's the worst it can say. You're not a criminal. You're not a crook. I'm not a crook, Isn't that what Nixon did? I'm not a crook. I don't know. I wasn't old enough. I wasn't even thought of yet for that matter. But I've seen the footage. All right. I've seen the footage. Craziness. Somebody out there seen the fucking footage. I have a squeaky clean background. Hey, me too, girlie. Me too. I mean, I haven't had so much as a fucking pocket ticket in years. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking. I got a pretty clean thing myself. I got a warning. I did get a warning a few months back. Well, about a few months now at this point. I did get a warning, but I got a warning before that too. So I guess I didn't get the clue the first fucking time. I done warned you already. What do you mean, Mr. Officer? I thought you didn't want to come back out here tonight. You know. You don't. You get back to the hospital, tell Krista we love her, thinking about her and praying for her. I will. I'm going to go back at about 8:30. I'm going to leave here at 8 o'clock and try to get there about 8:30-ish and hang out with her for a bit, like I said, and go from there. That's what I'm saying. Nixon's name was Tricky Dick. That's what I'm saying, girl. Like, just can't trust a dude. That's what I'm saying. Tricky Dick. You can't trust a dude. Some dudes. There's a few dudes I can trust, though. There are a few. Welcome in, Kazi. Good to see you. Wait, you had a warning recently when you were driving home? I did. So we went to Six Flags, Georgia about a month ago, and we were on Inner Circle driving home, Sophia, and we were doing Inner Circle in the car because we were really late that night, and I had dropped off the kid at her dad's, and I had gone through a parking lot, made a right onto the road, and I got pulled over saying that I was doing 60 in a 45, which in my car, I don't think so, because my car is it's like a go-kart. You got to shift the fucking gears on to get it up to speed. I mean, really. And so the guy goes to pull me over. I stick my hand out the window going, I'm going over there to the gas station. I'm not pulling over on this dark-ass road where there's no shoulder for me to pull off anyway. So I went to the gas station, and he followed me in, and he pulled me over and ran everything and blah, 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 and ended up giving me a fucking warning. Well, about 6 months before that, I was driving the Mini Cooper. No, this is more than that. It was probably back in last September, right around this time. Actually, it was November-ish because it was getting cool out. Anyway, I was driving a fucking Mini Cooper, and I got pulled over for doing 65 in a 45. Are you seeing the trend here? Are you seeing the pattern, Sophia? So I didn't realize I was getting pulled over because I was actually in a turn lane getting ready to pull into a parking lot to turn around and go back, and I heard lights, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle. Oh, perfect. I'm out of the way. And he pulled up right behind me, not realizing he was pulling me over because apparently I was speeding. And so, he gave me a warning too. So kind of already had a warning. I just didn't get the fucking clue, I guess, because, well, there was another one. Whoopsie-daisy. I don't know if the next one would be a warning or finally a fuck you. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I hope Chris is okay. Well, she's doing better today, Stephanie. I'll say that. I'm assuming her back got worse. Well, see what happens when you assume. There's nothing wrong with her back. Her back's great, Landon. But see what happens when you assume. I just got done talking about this. I literally just got done talking about what happens when we assume things. No, there's nothing wrong with her back. She's fine. She has a mass in her brain. That's all. I know, that's all right. My husband and I met online. I said, please don't ruin this and send me one of those pics unsolicited. He sent me a pic of Richard Nixon. He's so funny. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can handle that. That's kind of funny. That's cute. Whoa, there's a pattern for sure. Ah, you don't say, girly. You don't say. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pattern. I like to drive fast, really fast. So, but the thing about it is like, if I was driving a Mini Cooper, it'd be different. That car gets up to speed like, yeah, done, you know? But my car, oh, it's a fucking SUV with a 4-cylinder in it. How fucking fast you think that thing goes? Not very fast. I assure you, even in sport mode, it's kind of still like, sluggish. So I don't know. Been to my best mate's wedding today, absolutely exhausted. I would have loved to have spent a day at a wedding instead of in a hospital room. I hope you had a good time today, Kazi. I do. What happens when you assume? Well, it makes an ass out of you and me, don't you know? I don't want to be anybody's ass. I'm sure you don't either. Steph said, I had no idea. Hugs like, no, it's okay. It's okay to both of you. I know, I just wanted you to say it. Well, it makes an ass out of you and me, okay, Six? There you go. So now you and I are asses. Thank you very, very much. Anyway. Crazy. So I gave Crystal a charger yesterday for her phone, and apparently I have to give her another one because I don't think the other one made its way out of its fucking room back down to her. So that sucks. Guess I lost another charger. Sucks to be me. I was a bridesmaid. It had to be my child's. Oops. It had to be my child that was screaming whilst they were saying their vows. Yeah, of course, it had to be. Like, how could it be anything else? I love how you use the word whilst. That's fine, Grace. Welcome in. Yeah, Virginia's got the click. Now you got the click, girl. Ass equals you and me. Yeah, you got it. You're picking it up. All right. See, she's getting when I'm laying down. God, my hip hurts. Oh, God, is it fucking hurt? I don't know what hurts worse, my chest or my hip. Seriously, I mean that. Keep chain smoking, maybe it'll go away. 5 children, same mayonnaise melody. It was mine. It was screaming. Well, that's kind of my shit luck too, girl. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of my shitty fucking luck too. No lie, no doubt. And thank you, Rick. Thank you for the 500 biddies, sweetie. I appreciate that. Like I said, please reach out anytime. I mean that. I do. I just figured I'm still going to bug you. You don't get off the hook for nothing. 500 bits if it's for nothing. If I ain't getting out of it for nothing, I guess you're going to throw down 500 biddies then, right? That wouldn't be for nothing then. That'd be for something. My back hurts so bad. I feel you, girly. Only just got home. It's midnight. Oh, my Lord. That's a long day since 8 a.m. I was at Dillard's and a kid was having a shit fit. Who the fuck shops at Dillard's anymore? My nerves are fucking shot, Keen. No doubt. My nerves are still at the hospital. You know what I mean? I'm just tired. I think I'm overtired, but it doesn't matter. My day's not over until I get home, so it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I can't wait to go see her. I'm not going to lie to any one of you. But I want her to get some sleep. Oh, I don't know. Emily. I have no idea. I've just never shopped there. I don't know. I was just giving you shit, girl, because I had nothing else to say. But I've never shopped at a Dillard's. What is a Dillard's? It's like a department store or something, isn't it? Higher end. Can't believe my kid stayed awake that long. Melody normally naps twice a day, though we've lost her favorite blanket, so we're going to have issues. Well, you know what? Tell her that's how life deals sometimes. Sometimes you don't get to have your favorite blanket. You have to make a new one fucking your favorite blanket. You know what I mean? She's learning life lessons early. That's all, Kazi. That's all. It hurts to just get up out of my chair. I feel that. Just sitting here hurts. Like I'm telling you, like my hip is on fire. My hip is on fire. My husband said, there's still a Dillard's. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, My God, if my kids lost their favorite doggies, it would be hell to pay, and they're teenagers. Yeah, really. I feel that. I can't lose my favorite doggies. I got one there, and the other's in the top fucking drawer of my dresser. Well, nightstand. So, can't lose the dogs. I think Dillage is like Belks, but nicer. I mean, Belks is pretty nice. So, I mean, how do you get that nicer? You know? Really enjoyed having my hair and makeup done. Felt proper princessy. Lucky you. Though I was the only one in a bridesmaid dress and a pair of Converse. You couldn't put on a pair of fucking flats or something? You had to wear fucking Converse? You don't believe in flats at the very least? Jesus, even I own a set of flats for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. I wear them all the time too. I think Dillard, let me just read that. Welcome in, AJ. What the fuck is a Dillard, says Virginia? I don't know, girl. I've only seen one in my life. I think it's like a Belk's department store, like a Sears, except higher end. That gives you any idea. Except they don't sell electronics and all that crap. Although maybe they do. I don't know. Do they sell electronics there, Emily? Is it like a Sears or is it more like a Belk's with no appliances? I have dodgy feet. I'm a size 6 and 5.5, 2 different size feet, so I just slide everywhere in flats and heels. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Didn't call me any news. No, I haven't called you yet because I'll be calling you shortly. I will be calling you on my ride back to the hospital. So no, I'll give you news in a bit. Promise. I just figured I'd call you on my way back. Dill is where old men go to buy their suits. No, baby. That's Men's Warehouse. That's the Men's Warehouse. What time is that? That'll be in about 45 minutes. About 7:45. The bride loved them, so I got him a glitter robe. Oh, there you go. That sounds fun. My son's getting married next month, and he needed to find me a Dillard's for my dress. Well, Google is your friend. No electronics, says Rochelle. Okay. Around here, it's Dillard's. We don't have a Man's Warehouse. Well, fucking Lottie fucking da, all right? Just saying. Lottie fucking da. God, my fucking cigarettes keep going out. Yeah, just wait. I plan on calling you when I go back to the hospital. All right. I needed a break and a distraction, and I wanted to let Crystal get a little bit of rest before I go back because they have just like not let her rest at all today, and they moved her to a new unit. I'll give you the room number later, and where she is, but you seem tired tonight. Oh, I'm fucking exhausted. I barely slept at all, Kazi. Crystal's in the hospital, so I have barely fucking slept. Our tuxedo shop burned down about 2 years ago. We don't even have that no more. Wow. I guess he took the insurance money and ran, huh? No, Crystal hospital. I've been on a few days. Hope she's okay. Well, she's going to be okay, Sparkles. She's going to be okay. I'm almost sure of it. I'll just tell you she didn't have a stroke. So we're good there. That's positive, upbeat news. All right, it must be. Girl, you've been pretty busy lately with a lot of stuff going on, Kazi. I just didn't want to bug you with it. You've had a lot of shit going down. I really didn't want to bug you with it. Anyway, so I don't care, girl. I was regardless. I know, Kazi. I get it. I do. Any update? Not much from yesterday, John. Still waiting on the MRI. Once we have the MRI, I'm going to know a lot more. I'm still waiting on that. And until I get that back, I'm literally in limbo. Honestly, I'm going through hard times. I find it very hard to talk about it. Yeah, I feel that, girly. But I only want to release so much information at a time. You know what I mean? Just a little bit at a time. She's been there now for 2 days. Well, technically a full 24 hours now, but this will be night number 2. I got on wicked early today, John. I got on actually an hour and 38 minutes ago because Twitch just isn't going to be a normal night for a while, at least until maybe next week when Crystal's actually home, and then maybe Twitch will get back to somewhat normal by then. I'm hoping, but like I said, guys, the best way to support, if you guys want to help, is to just throw down, support the stream the best you can. That's the best way to support me right now. That's all I can tell you guys. Dropping your WhatsApp fuse, doing think about. I appreciate that, Kazi. I do. But that is the best way to help, guys. So if anybody wants to know how to support, that's the best way to do it. Help me keep the fucking stream up. That's all. I'm officially taking really this time off. I just wanted to give you guys an update. That's why I'm here short term tonight, that type of thing. So, her talking is better today. Yes, the steroids are working. She's able to put together sentences that are coherent, which is really nice, to be honest. Because a lot of the things she's done is not coherent. And so, yeah, she's been able to have a pretty coherent conversation all day, which is really nice. It makes me happy because I've been able to talk to her, but I'm really mad because she hasn't gotten any rest and they won't let her get any. She's fucking exhausted and I can't say I blame her. She did get up a little while ago and I took her for a walk, but there's only so much. She can only walk so far and do so much. So that's where we're at. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off now. And I got to go pack a couple of things for her. And that's pretty much it for the day. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Anyone help by doing observation every 20 minutes? Yeah, well, it's like I always said, Kazi, if you're trying to get fucking rest in a hospital, it's not the place to get it. Ever. We love you guys too. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome to have the updates. No worries, Rick. No worries. Good night, Jen. I got your message, by the way, on Discord. So thank you, everybody. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off for the night. I will see you all later. Hopefully I have some different news for you tomorrow. I'm hoping that my attitude, you'll see my attitude. If she gets the MRI, depending on what my attitude says, I guess you guys will see a lot. So we'll see what happens. So the real information is going to be in the MRI, and I'm terrified to see what it says. So anyway, will you be back later? I will not be back tonight, Virginia. No, tonight was it. That's it. We're done. It is 1 hour and 43 minutes. That is more than enough time for the night, and I'm pretty well burned out on it anyway tonight. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow at some point. Give you an update if I have one. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.